Right, hello. We have an interesting one today. We also have special guest Wilbur. Wilbur, say hi. What? We are, from my opinion, which 9A climber would win in a fight? And we're talking UFC style, not boxing, more, UFC, in a cage. There's £1 million on the line for the winner of this tournament. It's a single elimination. Once you're out, you're out. And we'll have first, second, third and fourth place in the middle here. As you can see, basically it'll be first up Nathaniel versus Vadim Timonov. Winner goes there and they'll face Nikolai and Camille. I'm sorry if I'm butchering any of your names, but pretty simple. Go through each person. I'll give some bullshit on why, who's going to win what, and who's going to lose. And yeah, that's that. So, we'll start with banging first fight. We've got Nathaniel versus Vadim Timonov. USA versus Russia. There we go. So in the blue corner, we got Nathaniel fighting for capitalism. And in the red corner, we got Vadim Timonov for the old... Are you good there, buddy? Communism. I think this would be a pretty good fight. They're both pretty big boys. The issue of all of these guys is they're all going to be absolute athletes. So I'm going to have to... I think it's more, what's in their head? Who's got the fight in them? And I think Nathaniel's too nice, Even though he's got never give up there. It's the Russian in Vadim, Something about him. Look, here's a video I was looking down. He just crushes a can with his bare hands. He's going to grab them. They're probably just going to both grab each other's head and squeeze until one of them pops. But I think this goes... Round one goes to Vadim Timonov. So, next up, Nikolai versus Camille Kudur. I think, who are these? So, I don't know these guys particularly well, but we've got an Austrian who just recently, I think the most recent 9A ascent of a new boulder called Mount Doom. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, there is one person missing from this list, and that is, of course, Charles Albert. Because he doesn't care about £1 million. He's not going to enter. And also, it makes my bracket a lot easier with having 16. Because there's 17 climbers who've climbed 9A. And, yeah. He's not going to turn up. The rest of these chumps, they'll turn up for £1 million. Charles is pretty happy living in the forest without his shoes. Eating berries. He doesn't need a million squid, Whereas the rest of these, that's fucking... golden. Yeah. But anyway, back to Camille versus Nikolai. Oh, there we go. He's got blood dripping down his forehead. He's ready for the fight. He can throw some shapes. He might get Nikolai in the good old armbar here, But like massive back. But they're all going to, aren't they? It's a tricky one. I think for these two specifically, because I don't know either of them very well. But but Nikolai, currently, he's just done a 9A. He's in tip-top shape of his life. Camille, bless him, he obviously he's done 9A, but I think it was a fair few years ago. Maybe he's past prime. So I think this one goes to Nikolai. Nope, not Nick. Yeah, Nikolai. Jakob Schubert versus Daniel Woods. This is going to be a pretty good slugfest. We've got Austrian big boy Jakob versus another American D Woods. Everyone knows him, everyone loves him. Train counter number 1. Can you guess how many trains are going to be in the rest of this video? Anyway, back to it. D Woods, he's a fighter, but Jakob's going to last the round. He's got that endurance in him. He's got the fitness. D Woods, if he can get Jakob in the first round, it's done. But if Jakob can dodge, weave, get him into some sticky positions, I think he takes him deep into the third round, because we're doing 3 rounds 5 minutes, so that's 15 minutes. I think Jakob takes it here. You're right, buddy. Which isn't something I think I'd say, but I just think he's more in the game at the minute. He may not have the raw like fight in him, but I think put £1 million on the line, he's going to be getting after it. So Jakob takes the dub in round 3. Got the lanky boys. In round 4, we have got McLovin himself and the alien giraffe, Boulderer versus Adam. This is going to be an interesting fight. They're going to knee bar each other. Like, they're going to get into some scrappy positions on the ground. They're not throwing punches so much. They're probably more wrestling jiu-jitsu style. Like, you've seen Adam on the ground doing his... What was it? When he was trying to on-site a 9A, he's on the ground lying on his back. He can get into some jiu-jitsu positions. Will, absolute beast, and he's got the fight, he's got the competitiveness. But I think, even though Will's done more 9A boulders, I think Adam takes it here, because he's gonna scream in his. He's gonna be screaming in his ear, but probably bite his ear. He's gonna do a Tyson Fury. No, not Tyson Fury. Mike Tyson, and just rip his ear off. He's got that raw check. You know what I'm trying to say in him. He's got that Eastern European, the dog, some might say. So Adam takes it. Right, that's side 1 done. Side 2. It's more of that was more of the tall boys. This is more of the short boys, and some interesting names and some interesting characters. If you at least guess 2, you might be in with a run-in. So to start off, we got Nico Pelorson versus Shawn Bailey. Nico versus Shawn. I've met Nico. He's a lovely chap, and I think his niceness might be an issue in a fight. Whereas Shawn Bailey, I've seen some aggression from him. He's got the steez. He's gonna be the kind of person once he's won, he's gonna get up on the cage, do a backflip just to be cool. He's that cool kind of kid. He's got the fucking steez, doesn't he? Nico, bless him, amazing climber. I don't think he's got the dog as much as Shawn does. Shawn's gonna be out there for blood after smoking a fat fucking spliff, even though he's still gonna be there like, fucking come on, let's have it. So Shawn Bailey takes the win in round 5. Next, short kings at each other. We have Sean Rabatu versus Nalle Hoogtijvel. I was debating taking out Nalle instead of Charles, because he's obviously dropped off the face of the planet. You wouldn't even be able to get contact with him. But I feel like if you would get contact with him, it might be something he'd take up. Come on in, come on. Oh, you just farted. Oh, that is going to be gross. You dirty dog. Anyway, whereas Shawn, I don't necessarily think he's got the fight in him either. He's more of just a chill dude. Just wants to go climb some rock. All of these people are, but you know, more so, I think. So it's going to be a tricky one because Nalle might not arrive. Shawn probably doesn't have the heart in it, you know. But I'm going to give it to Shawn because he's younger, isn't he? Blessed little old Nalle. If he does arrive, they're probably going to get gassed out in the second round. Shawn's going to come in with a left hook and send him flying. So Shawn Rabbitoot up. So in the what's this? Semi-final? This is quarterfinals. This will be semi-finals. Yeah. In the semi-finals, we'll have Shawn Bailey versus Shawn Rabbitoot. Maybe the fight of the century. Now, round 7, we've got Aiden Roberts versus Noah Wheeler. Which, I don't think it's going to be that interesting of a fight. No offence to these lads. Aiden's too nice again. We've got another situation of he's not gonna want to fight, even though there's £1 million on the line. He'll get in the cage, but when he's there, he throws a punch and he's gonna feel bad. Bless him. Whereas Noah, he's got more of that dog. He's got the dog in him, if you get me. Hopefully not the fucking Wilbur dog that just farts and leaves. More of like a, you know, Rottweiler-esque. Even though I reckon Aiden's probably got the ability to take him down, Noah's got... He sees red, you know. If you put him in a situation, he'll fight. So, Noah's taking the dub in round 7. Then we have Simon Lorenzi versus Elias. I'm not going to butcher your surname, sorry buddy, because I don't want to ruin it. But Elias versus Simon. Now, these are two pretty big boys. Like, I think they've both got some fight. I think this is going to be an interesting match. Like, Elias has got the determination. He'll put sessions and sessions into a block. He'll be training hard. But I reckon Simon's got that raw talent. He's going to be floating more in the cage. He's going to be moving about. But it is a tricky one, isn't it? But I think when it comes down, feet are on the mat, gloves on, Simon's gonna have more heart in the game. He needs that bag more. Well, they probably both need the bag. Climbing's a pretty fucking broke sport. Oh, again, mate. Again. You just come up here, fart, and then just probably fuck off in a second, won't you? You're a good boy though. So, oh, it fucking stinks, mate. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Cheers, buddy. Thank you. Alright, Simon takes the dub, and that is the quarterfinal done. That is the chunk, the meat of it all. The semi-final event. Is it the semi-final? No, this is the quarterfinal. Yeah, quarterfinals, then that's semi-final, then it's final. My bad. What was that? Round of 16? Yeah, because it's 16A. 4. Right, this is the quarterfinal. We've got Vadim Timonov versus Nikolai Uznik for round 1. In fight 2, we have Jakob Schubert versus Adam Ondra. everybody wants to see this. We want to know who the GOAT is. They both climb 9C sport, both climb 9A boulder. They've both won multiple World Cups. Then we've got the Shawn versus Shawn. Who doesn't want to see it? And then finally we got the outliers, Noah Wheeler versus Simon Lorenzi. Let's start off with fight 1. Vadim Timonov versus Nikolai Uznek. It's gonna be an interesting fight. I think they're both. It's in and out. One of them's going out in the first round, and it's gonna be a bloodbath. Like, they're both in there, giving it their all. I can hear a train coming. Give me 2 seconds. Fucking meow. Yeah, first round, giving them all bloodbath. Face is battered and bruised. But I think Vadim comes out on top. I don't see many people beating Vadim. I don't know why. I think it's the Russian. He's got that. He's got the dog. He's born and raised in a country where it's fucking snowing all year round. It's hard just to live. So if you put him in a cage with an Austrian, maybe there's something to say about this that I shouldn't, but Vadim will take the dub here, I think. Fight number 2, Jakob Schubert versus Adam Ondra. This is going to be a long one. They're both going to be going at it for... It's going to go the distance, I think. If one of them doesn't get the other in, like, an armbar or some kind of wacky position. Yeah. That's the only way I see it. I think they're just going to be trading in, out, taking it to the ground, rolling about. There's not going to be an as exciting of a show, but we will find out who the GOAT is. And for me, it's a tough decision, isn't it? But I think Adam takes it here. He's got more of that dog. You know, you think of someone giving it their all at something. Adam does that. Jakob seems more... It just goes his way. Maybe the luck changes and Jakob is more likely to take the win, but I think Adam takes it. He's got the fight, the determination, just to take Jakob into the dirty water, the murk. Onto the Shawn versus Shawn. Has anyone gone past their train guess? That's all I'm saying. We got Shawn Bailey, Shawn Rabbity. I think the outcome of this one's going to be pretty obvious. From previous fights, I think Shawn walked through the first fight, and which Shawn was I talking about though? Mr. Rabbity. I think he walked through the first fight because Nalle didn't arrive. He gets that free win. Whereas Shawn Bailey grafted his ass off to get through round 1. And in the quarterfinals, Mr. Bailey's going to have more aggression. They're both going to have probably sat down together before the fight, had a massive blunt, and be fucking giggling their fucking heads off. But when it comes into the cage, Mr. Bailey's going to be able to switch it on and give it some fight, while Shawn's just going to be wanting to get back outside. So, Mr. Bailey, Mr. B, takes the dub here. This, I think, would be an interesting turn of events. Noah Wheeler versus the Belgian Simon Lorenzi. Just going to have a quick look through, see who's got the graft, see who can, if it goes into those dirtier situations, who's going to take the initiative and do some dirty tactics. Maybe it might cause points, and if it goes the distance, the other person will take the win. But Noah Wheeler, he gives me more of the dirty vibe. Simon's going to play it by the book, whereas Noah's going to do anything in his power to take that dub. But I think Simon's got more power. It's tricky. This is going to be a tricky fight. Look, there he is, grafting in the snow. He's doing his cold water plunges. It's going to be a coin toss in my head. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to go Mr. Heads for Mr. Wheeler, Mr. Tails for Simon. Right. We got coin flip. Heads for Noah, tails for Simon. Controversial opinion, maybe. I think Noah. This is a close fight. Oh, why is it not letting me? It's a close fight, and I think Noah would be able to take down Simon Lorenzi, but this time Simon takes the dub. Maybe a rematch is on the cards. We have the final bracket. We got Vadim Timonov versus Adam Ondra, Shawn Bailey versus Simon Lorenzi. It's the top four. We've got first, second, third and fourth place here. But who's going to take them? Who's going to step up to the plate when this dramatic turn of events? We'll start on the left as always. Oh no, we'll switch it up and start on the right. We've got Shawn Bailey versus Simon Lorenzi. Again, we're getting to these closer fights. What's that, train number 5? What's the counter say? I don't know. I'm not counting. Simon versus Mr. Bailey. Again, I think this is going to be a close fight. I think Simon would take it further into the distance, while Mr. Bailey, if it goes his way, it'll be in the first round or the start of the second round. If it gets anywhere past that, someone's taking it. And he's already... this is... Bear in mind, they're already 2 fights down. Oh, because this all happening in the same night. You gotta have taken your wins and losses from the first one and bring them into this round. Well, everyone in this is going to be winners so far. But yeah, you've got to take the beatings from the first two rounds into this next fight. Oh, it's going to be a tricky one, because I think Shawn's going to have had an easier time along the last 2 fights, because Shawn's only had to fight Nico, whose heart wasn't in it, bless him, and then Shawn Rabtu again, his heart wasn't in it so much. Then Simon, he's had to go against Elias, who's going to have been grafting, and then Noah, who's grafting even harder, and coin toss just made it. Then he's got to go up against Shawn, who's basically practically well rested. And I think Mr. Bailey's going to have taken the dub on this one purely for that. Even if it does get into those later rounds, which I think would suit Simon more. going to come out the gate and show him who's boss. So we've got Shawn Bailey. So Shawn Bailey fucking waltzes into the finals. But who's he up against is the big question. Is it Vadim Timonov or is it Adam Ondra? Bearing in mind, Vadim's had a pretty tough time of it. They both have. The left side of bracket probably is the stronger hitters, the ones that will take you deeper in to situations. And in his last fight, Vadim versus Nikolai, it was a bloodbath. And then he's up against the man with the biggest tank. He's going to be... Adam Ondra's just going to be still absolutely fine. Like, nothing has happened. He's just warmed up, you know. Oh, it's a tricky one, though. Oh, we got another train? No, just another couple of cars. Oh, don't mistake them for trains. So, Vadim Timonov versus Adam Ondra. The man flashed 8B plus in his pants. I think this is a tough fight. I think fresh Vadim would take down Adam pretty, not easily, but he's got more of that fight in him. Even though this competition is a massive deal, that I don't know whether Adam Ondra would take it seriously against the Russian warrior. But it's not a fresh fight. He's battered and bruised. They both are. I think Vadim more so. It's a tricky fucking decision, isn't it? But unfortunately, I think Vadim takes the win here. May not be what the people want, but it's what the people knows the truth. Not going to go into those dark positions. He's a family man. He's doing this to support his family. But when it gets, I've got to break this man's arm to win, he's not doing that, is he? Whereas Vadim would. He'd end someone's career for the bag, and that's the way it is in fighting. You got to take it while you can. If he's left himself wide open, you get in there. This might be this is very controversial. I feel like all of these fighters. It's just my opinion on seeing them and what I think of them, or is it? I don't know. It's arbitrary bullshit, but. We'll start with the third place. Simon Lorenzi versus Adam Ondra. I think this one... Simon versus Adam. Simon's going to be tired by this time. Even though he does do a bit of sport climbing, bless him. Adam's going to have that fucking... Even though he's just had a chance to get into the final. They both have. But I think Adam... I don't know. These final four is close. Imagine coming up to your idol and you're in a fight. You're like, oh, this is my favourite climber ever, Adam Ondra, but I've got to take you down to get third place. I think Adam takes it. He's got to. Yeah. He's got that tank, doesn't he? Into what would this be? 1, 2, 3. The fourth fight of the night. Adam's taking that fight. Simon's gassed. He's had some real hard fights. He had to go up against Elias, then Noah. Noah's going to be giving it to him, like, real. He's not letting him rest. And then Shawn. He's just lost to Shawn, which I don't think would have happened if it weren't for the previous 2 fights. So in this 4th fight, he's gassed. Adam looks like he's just came out of bed, even though he's been up against Vadim Timonov. He's probably got a bit. Yeah, he's battered and bruised, but he recovers quick. Adam takes the 3rd position. Now, back to Russia versus America. Again, a tricky decision. Shawn's got that fucking dog in him, doesn't he? Even after he's how many blunts is he on so far? He's probably haven't won a fight. There's 4 fights. He's chonged out his fucking mind. But I think the man, the myth, the legend. No one's heard from him in years. No one's seen him. No one can even. Maybe this wouldn't even happen because he can't come to Madagascar where this fight is taking place, and because he's signed up, he's in the war, but he's got to make Putin proud, doesn't he? So Vadim Timonov takes the win with Shawn Bailey in second. A valiant 4th. He had to fight his ass off for that. I think he could have got second if he didn't have such hard fights to begin with. That's the other thing. Shawn Bailey, first 2 fights, pretty easy, off the track. He's gone up against Simon, who's tired. He gets into the finals against the Russian warrior, and it's like, oh shit, this is some deep ass water, and I'm drowning. What is happening there? He's not been through the paces with the rest of them, unlike Vadim. So, in first place we have Vadim Timonov. In second, we got Shawn Bailey. In third, we have Adam Ondra. And then in 4th, we have Simon. One thing to note, I think, if there was a match between Shawn Bailey and Adam Ondra after all of this, so they've just done the finals and then 3rd place, Adam Ondra, I think, takes it, which would alter the standings, but that's not how this tournament works, unfortunately. We've just got the single elimination, and that's that, folks. Thanks for watching. How many trains did you see? This was an idea by Mr. Skin Dog himself, Leo Skinner. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. This is all absolute bullshit. They all probably would beat me in a fight. Nah, they wouldn't. I see red, bro. Bodies hit the floor. Anyway, peace out.